Hi, welcome back. And I trust you had a good time translating the next paragraph in 1 John 2, and that you took a stab at making some observations on what's there in the text. So let's get started here. The heading for this next paragraph in 1 John 2 I labeled as the new commandment. And I just want to remind you of the fact that the previous paragraph had dealt with the issue of keeping the commandments of Jesus. So now the new commandment that is laid out in this next paragraph has to do with love. So, particular emotion and act of obedience, I couple those expressions with the term love. And particular heading for this verse, the love commandment and its relationship with the old. So, verse 7, agape toi, beloved, I do not write a new commandment to you, but an old commandment, palaion, old, and here we have a relative pronoun, which, echeta, this is an irregular imperfect from echo, second person plural, you were having from the beginning. The commandment, the old, meaning the old commandment is the word which you heard. So notice the links, that he's not writing a new commandment, but something that belongs to the old, meaning the Old Covenant or the Old Testament. Verse 8, the new commandment is realized through relationship. Pollen, again, I write a new commandment. Now, we note a contradiction, and I'll come back to that. Which is true or real, genuine, in him and in you. Not only in Jesus, but also in you, the believers, and in the Christian community. And then we have substantiation for the new commandment, because the darkness passes by. Now, here we have a middle passive voice here. And the true light, or the real light, already is shining. So paragatai, present, middle indicative, third person singular. We'll come back and make a comment about that. Verse 9, the one who says or makes the claim, again, something the heretics might have been saying, to be in the light. So the one who claims to be in the light. Einai here is the present infinitive of the verb to be. And then we have a participle here, present participle in the predicate position, while hating his brother is in the darkness until now. Verse 10, the one who loves his brother abides or dwells in the light, or in the sphere of the light, and a stumbling block or trap or fault or stain is not in him. So we have a reiteration here, or continuity of violating the light. Verse 11, but the one who hates his brother is in the darkness, and he walks in the darkness. Again, that verb peripateo has to do with a lifestyle, walks as a lifestyle in the darkness, and he doesn't know where he is going. Oiden here. That's the perfect tense, but it's always translated in the present. He doesn't know where he's going. Then we have substantiation for the confusion of not knowing where he is going, because the darkness blinded. Now, this is an first aorist, active, indicative, third person singular. The verb is to flao, I blind. And you've had the adjective to flas, that means blind or a blind one. So, full translation, the darkness blinded his eyes. So, in verse 7, we have a continuity of expressions that link the love commandment to the old. Not new, but old. So, we have the adjective palaion, that means old, that is used twice here. And then it is linked up with which you are having from the beginning, again, the old. And it's also linked with the word which you heard. That's the aorist. So all of these have to do with the past. That the commandment is not something new. Now, while verse 7 clearly affirms the oldness of the love commandment, verse 8 states that the love commandment is new. Verse 8, again, I write a new commandment to you. Here we have the adjective kainos. So what do we make of the contrast or the contradiction? On the one hand, saying the commandment belongs to the old. On the other hand, the commandment is new. Perhaps a clue can be found in the use of the adjectives aletheis and alethinos, true, in accordance with truth, but they can also mean real or genuine. So we have those two expressions here, which is real or genuine in him and in you, and also the genuine or real light already is shining. That is to say that the old love commandment, and we do have the old love commandment in the Old Testament, the dual love commandment, to love God and to love others, that it's found its genuine and real expression in Jesus, made complete in him or made genuine in him. This corresponds to the real or genuine light which already shines. Now, down below, the real love commandment progresses from being in him to in you, and that is the whole of the Christian community. In verses 9 and 10, we have a major contrast. In 9a, there's a cause-effect between making a claim while hating, that's the cause, a brother, and its effect, living in present darkness. And here we have the Greek ente skatia esten heos arti. Exists or lives in the darkness until now. Now, by way of contrast, we also have a cause-effect between loving a brother, that's the cause, and what is the effect? That people abide in the sphere of light without stain or fault. And here's the Greek word skandalon, and the lexicon translates it, and I think appropriately, as stain or fault. So we can also note here that the hater makes a claim, while no claim is made by the lover, that is, the one who loves. And finally, we can note three consequences or effects of hatred. Ente skatia esten, to live in the sphere of darkness. followed by ente scatia peripate, walks in the darkness. That is a lifestyle of walking in the darkness. And the other consequence here, or effect, he doesn't know where he is going. So that's confusion. And then we have substantiation for the confusion that the darkness blinds, because the darkness blinded his eyes. So thanks, and when you're ready for the next paragraph, sign on and we'll work it through together.